So I just want to talk like real quick on the virtual hacking labs. All right, as you see, it starts at $249. Okay, but I did the advanced. Let me see here, right here, the penetration testing course, the advanced plus, and also the pro labs. Did all three of those. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown on what I thought about all of it. That's actually for a 3-month pass, but I thought it was great. So let me go ahead and go to course here. So the course, obviously mine's going to look a little bit different because I got the Pro Labs also. But you start off, you do download a VPN. It's a Fortinet client VPN. Pretty easy to download, super easy to use and everything like that. Just read the instructions. But you obviously download a VPN. The VPN was super fast. That's something I want to address it real quick. And also the personnel that are working for this are extremely responsive. So just wanted to give you those two heads up, like right there. It does come with a 450 plus page PDF. Okay, the Pro Lab version does come with its own PDF. All right, you do get some more things in there. So if I were to go to my courseware here, the Pro Lab version comes with pivoting and lateral movement, web applications too, okay, like CSV and formula injection, domain constants, Active Directory introduction, and then AD vulnerabilities and attacks. The regular version, we have attack and management interfaces, all right, Metasploit, networking shells, password attacks, web applications, Privesk exploitation, vulnerability assessment, information gathering, accessing the labs. So it was, I liked it a lot. A lot of stuff was very realistic, it felt like. If you go to the my lab dashboard here real quick, the stuff that is beginner, it is very beginner. The stuff that's advanced is a little more advanced, and then advanced plus is a little bit higher. So it did follow a really good flow there. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't a beginner one, should have been in Pro Labs or something like that. From there, I then, after I did these guys like right here, you do have to do 20 advanced and advanced plus machines and write a report for them. The report does not have to be insane. All right, they do give you a sample report, which even mine was even less than that. I think my report for 20 machines was like 70 pages or something like that, which you know that if you've done reports for like CPPT or OSCP, those can get over like 100 something pages. So you know 70 pages for 20 machines is not a lot. Pretty much I just showed the vulnerability that I used, the CVE, and I showed the key.txt file at the end. There is a key.txt file. Whenever you get to root, there is no user.txt, all or nothing. The Privesk that I saw in here was different, much different than what I'm used to. Wasn't just, you know, go over to GTFO bins or something like that. There's a lot of really cool Privesk that weren't something like, you know, you have to download 87 different things to Privesk. It was just cool how they did it. And if it was something in GTFO bins, it most likely did not work out of the box. So that's what I liked about all these machines, like right here. From there, the Pro Labs, these ones were pretty rough. There is some easy ones in here, like a WKS. These two, like right here, these two are pretty easy, I remember. But the Pro Labs, these were a lot more difficult. They had multiple websites on them. So, you know, you'd have port 80 or whatever, and you would have multiple different websites in there. And to be able to you kind of had to move through different websites, exploit one to be able to get information for another one, to be able to exploit that to finally be able to get a shell, things like that. Not just, you know, get into WordPress and go, things like that. And then obviously the 2 network labs here. So for the Pro Labs, you do have to do 10 machines plus both the networks. The networks I thought were great. You can, if you want, if you go through it how they want you to go through it, it does make it a little more difficult. All right, if you actually follow the little thing over here, everything, it does make it a little more difficult. But they were a lot of fun. But you can technically just get straight into Make Sure from the web server if you want to. I don't suggest that because then you don't get to, you know, do everything else and go through everything. Network Lab 2 I found much more difficult than 1, but still a lot of fun. I had a great time with both of them, especially if you follow how they want you to do it. It is difficult, but like I said, it is a lot of fun. And you do have to enumerate really everything. You have to look everywhere. You have to know what tools you're using, how they're used, and everything like that. That's what I really liked about this course, is that you had to know what you were actually using, and how it was used. Because there's exploits that would fail halfway through the exploit, but you already did something within that exploit that can actually help you out. So maybe you create a user, or maybe it actually put the PHP in there, something like that. Or the exploit does fail, but you can do it manually. And speaking about manually, if you do the Advanced Plus cert, which is this one right here, you can see that by completing at least 2 lab machines without the assistance of automated tools. So you do have to do 2 exploits without automated tools. Now that could be something like, you made a Python script for a SSH brute force or a MySQL brute force or something like that. That could be something like that. As easy as that. It could be something, I know that one of the ones that I did was for Drupal, right? I think it was Drupal 8. I think I did an exploit for it, and I ended up throwing it up on GitHub. So just things like that. You don't have to go super hardcore with it and write your own C# program and try to get a Windows machine and go through and do something like that. You can if you want. I did do an add user to a Windows Sharp program, but yeah. And then on my report, I just put which ones I actually made an exploit for, and that I didn't use automated tools. But that's going to be about it for this one. I highly suggest you do it. It was a lot of fun. For the price of it, I think it is 100%, worth it. The PDF is great. I read very little of it so far, but what I have read was awesome, and it is something I'm going to read in the future. So that's going to be about it for this one. You guys all have a good one.